right, so this week we are in Orlando. We are at Soco Restaurant, and I'm with my very good friend, Chef Greg Richie. This is gonna be a terrific episode. Come on, let's do it.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Greg Richie. I'm the executive chef and operating partner here at Soco Restaurant. I've been in business cooking for about 35 years now. I started when I was 15, washing dishes at a small local little Italian restaurant, mom and pop spot in Georgia. I worked there throughout until I went to culinary school at Johnson Wales University. I've always tried to stay in the South for the most part with my career. I was born in Texas. All my family's from Texas. I grew up in Georgia for the most part, and then Charleston, South Carolina for culinary school. I came back to Atlanta and I worked there for a while, and after that I moved to Hawaii. I wanted to get some experience with that kind of cuisine and culture in the Asian aspects of cooking, because I've always been fascinated by that. I was out there for 5 years in Hawaii, worked for Roy Yamaguchi, and then not long after joining them, they offered me an executive chef partner job with Roy's restaurant, and I chose to come to Orlando to take that role, and that was in 2000. So I've been an executive chef here in Orlando since 2000. After my contract was up with Roy's, I was going to leave to open up Soco, but then things started getting kind of wonky with the real estate market and the bubble, and I ended up putting that on hold, and I went to work for Emerald Lagasse, and I ran his restaurant here in town for about 5 years, and then the Soco opportunity came about again, and so then it finally came to be. But it was exciting to finally get it here because, you know, I first put the word Soco on a menu back in like 2006. So it's pretty gratifying to have it come to life here and now. So what is Soco? Soco is Southern contemporary cuisine. It's kind of like my version of elevated Southern food. Not cliched per se. You know, we have some standard traditional things, but also we kind of take it off the beaten path. You know, we love fried chicken in the South, but I also have an affinity for Asian food, so I have a Korean fried chicken on my menu. You know, we keep stuff traditional sometimes, though, like I said, biscuits. Biscuits is as straightforward Southern style biscuit as you could want. Buttermilk biscuits, we make our own butter here in the house. We make our buttermilk as a byproduct of that. We making all the jams and the fixins that go with it. We always got 3-4 different ones rotating through the system. You know, we do chicken and dumplings is one of the things that we really love here, and it's not your grandma's chicken and dumplings. You know, it's kind of our own version here, and it's lobster dumplings with chicken and soy butter sauce. People go nuts for it. You know, but we like to use local ingredients when we can. We work with some great local purveyors. They bring us some beautiful produce. You know, the fish is right. We're in Florida. We get all kind of fantastic fish. You know, and we work with different farms for their cows and pork and things like that. So that's kind of the stuff that we do. I mean, we're always, you know, we evolve gradually through the seasons and just do kind of what excites us. And we kind of let the market say, hey, here's what you want to use right now. We do Wing Wednesdays every week, and this is where we get our wings. Our little Lake Meadow Naturals wings is the special for the wings. And then we also have a buffalo liver pate, and we use these livers here. So we're getting a lot of use out of these chickens from Farmer Dale down in Ocoee. We're gonna cook this up and you're gonna see that it's just really nice bird. We give a half of that bird to the order, so they get one thigh, one leg, one breast, sometimes a wing even then. So we're gonna fry that up nice for you and show that to you in just a minute. Got some nice shrimp and grits here. Hanson Mills grits. I'm out in Charleston, South Carolina. Super nice. Got some nice shrimps cooked up in our spice. Got some nice crispy cornmeal fried okra here. Got some fermented little baby bell peppers. Then we're gonna put some nice kind of smoked tomato bacon emulsion. Gonna get some bacon. Got our Korean fried chicken here. Super, super crispy. Traditionally, they serve pickled radishes with Korean fried chicken, and so we're doing just the same. We have some pickled radishes as well as some nice watermelon radishes on there. It's a half of a bird. This chicken comes from just down the road in Ocoee. This is from Lake Meadow Naturals Farm. Farmer Dale sure does make some beautiful items out there. We get all our eggs, all our chickens, all our other poultries, duck, etc. And get some benny seeds on this and black sesame seeds. Some nice fresh cilantro, and then in the benny seed. A benny seed's like a kind of a pre-Civil War era grandparent, like an heirloom version of a sesame seed. So we're putting together this nice little beautiful diver scallop crudo, and they're just the freshest scallops in the world. And so this is just a nice way to kind of showcase that freshness. And I have some bourbon barrel aged soy sauce that we made, that we aged, and it really just kind of brings in some of the Southern and some of our concept, because you know we love our bourbon, we love our barrel aged things, and soy sauce certainly has its place in here as well. And I have this Molina International olive oil, which is just really beautiful olive oil. It's out of Pinellas County down there in Florida. There, it's looking real nice. Then we're gonna finish it off with some of these locally grown also micro cilantro sprouts that our friends over at Health is Wealth Microgreens grew for us. They do a great job. Grow a lot of our herbs and sprouts and such. Yeah, that'll be really delicious. What makes me passionate about cooking? It really, for one, I really feed off of the energy of my staff. I have got such great people here working with me, and you know, you've seen Chef Chris back there, and you know, Chef Craig, he's been with me since we opened. These guys, coming into work and working with them is just as exciting as anything else that goes on around here for me. You know, and then the next most gratifying thing is just the guests, and the guests being happy and thrilled, and they come back, and especially our repeat guests that are in here once or twice a week. They let us know like how we're doing, you know, and we feed off of that. And then when, you know, we've got a friend who's, no, look what I got. This is what I grew today. Come check it out. And I have to have it. And so great. Well, now we know what we're going to make the next special out of. These things keep me going. even though I started washing dishes at 15, I actually announced to the family at around 13 or so that I wanted to be a chef. And mom was all behind it, and they were very supportive of that. And so after that, there was no stopping me. I definitely do not think that there is a best cuisine. I believe that, you know, that's something that's affected by one's mood. I mean, you know what, maybe on Taco Tuesdays, I'm wanting to eat some Mexican food or something like that, which, by the way, we do Southern style tacos here on Tuesdays only, and they're pretty fantastic. So, you know, Asian food, you know, it speaks to me some days, and some days I want traditional biscuits and gravies, and that's what I'm gonna have for breakfast, or, you know, or sometimes it's a mashup, and there's no wrong answer. We have a great relationship with our friends up in Kentucky and across the country that make different beautiful spirits. And I have a huge respect for all aspects of that, because for me, spirits are just liquid food, and they're all ways of conveying flavor. And so while I may generally lean towards preferring whiskey, like I said, you know, before about food, the mood changes with, you know, with what I'm gonna eat. So, you know, if I'm eating tacos, I'm probably drinking margaritas. A successful shift in today's environment, really, I thought to myself the other day that it's a lot like a band. You know, and if you're in a band, whether it's a rock band or a jazz band or whatever, everybody has to be playing in tune. Everybody has to be playing at the same tempo, to the same beat, and definitely the same song. You know, and it's the same thing within the kitchen. If somebody is out of tune or not in time, that's gonna create problems. So the perfect shift is one where everybody is in sync. They're putting up beautiful food at the same time. We're all in the same energy level. We all feed off of each other. And that's one of the greatest things for me, is when it's such an exhilarating feeling when everybody is just performing at such a high level. It makes me proud of them, and it makes me proud of the restaurant. Well, the past year has been one of kind of a rebuilding, I think, for most of the restaurant community, because, you know, through the shutdowns and the COVID and the you know, all the weirdness, I think everybody's been trying to get their feet back under them and, you know, move forward. I think I've heard across the board that most people are pretty busy right now. I think a lot of people had cabin fever and they were cooped up, and they've been getting ready to get out there. We have experienced, much like many of my colleagues, you know, we need more people because we're so busy. We're actually busier now than we've ever been. And at the same time, we need more staff to get there. How do we bring young, creative people back to the industry is a great question. I'm still trying to figure that one out. I think that I think people that had been headed into the culinary industry, I can't tell if they've looked somewhere else or what happened, but it does seem like there may be a kind of a pause in people jumping on board with it. And on the same note though, that's probably in the long term a good thing. We don't want a bunch of people jumping into the restaurant industry that don't want to be here, because we need people that are passionate about this. It's a hard job. You just don't want people that are here to make a buck, but then they're gone in 3 months. You know, you waste your time training them and all the things. So we really want people that want to be chefs, that want to be in this business. And then we can like grow together. I think Orlando Culinary is going, it's going forward in a very positive direction. Every time I, you know, look over my shoulder or forward or around the corner, I think there's another great chef doing cool things around here. The food scene is booming, and that's exciting for me, because everybody wants to be around great things. You know, I don't want to be the best restaurant on the street and have all the other places might be like shut down. That's not exciting at all. I want thriving businesses all around me. I give that very advice as often. People will ask me, I've done interviews and I've had young culinary students, people like that, ask me like, what advice would you give me? And my advice is, much like what I kind of alluded to before, make sure you want to do this. This is a challenging business that is very demanding. You know, it's got long hours, it's got, you know, stress, it's got all the things, and you have to make sure that you're cut out for that and that you want that. And once you've kind of embraced that as being something that you want, then you can really get the benefits and the excitement and the thrill and the adrenaline of it all.
Wow. Chef, everything was amazing today.
Thanks.
Your quality, always fantastic. You're always welcoming us here. Thank you. I'm hoping that in the future, you know, we can maybe do a little bit more together.
You know this, you guys are always welcome here. Kyle, what you're doing is amazing. Willie, you're the best back there. Walk and talk, that's where it's at. Thanks for being here.
Appreciate you, bro.